Today, I bring three collections which have a very common aspect. In these three pictures, you can see there are always two sexualities represented in the pictures, which are man and woman. Each piece drew male and female characters in different era in different ways. Among these three collections, today I chose the one called David Garrick Between Tragedy and Comedy, drawn by Joshua Reynolds in 1761. So first, let's talk about the formal aspect of this artwork. So as we see the picture, we can easily recognize there's a man surrounded by two women. When we think about the title, we can easily infer that David Garrick is the male character in the middle, and tragedy and comedy definitely present two women in the picture, even though we don't know which one is tragedy and which one is comedy yet. Left-sided woman does not wear much like the right-sided woman. Both two women are holding Garrick's arms, and Garrick seems to be at the crossroads. We might be able to review this drawing just by guessing, but actually it is not enough to understand true intention of author and background of this artwork. So let's talk about the contextual aspect of this artwork. The painter of this painting is English painter named Joshua Reynolds. He was very well-known portrait painter in the middle and late 18th century in England. At that time, he tried to lead British painting into the official rhetoric of the continental grand style through his paintings. It means that this painting reflects what he wanted to achieve at that time. In fact, this painting was recognized as one of the most significant of his entire career. The main character of this drawing is actually a real person, David Garrick. He was the famous English actor who can act in comedy and tragedy. Garrick wanted to express his versatility through the parody of the art. In this painting, two female characters were actually drawn in different ways. Tragedy, who stands in right side of Garrick, was painted in neoclassical style. On the other hand, comedy, who stands in left side of Garrick, was drawn in Rococo style. Since Reynolds used two different artistic styles, Reynolds suggested Garrick that he should choose one between the tragic and comic styles in terms of acting. In interpretive aspect of this painting, we can find more interesting factors. In the 1761, Neoclassicism acted as the main movement. In Neoclassical period, ancient Greek art was the main factor to inspire many artists who lived in that era. Reynolds also developed the idea, utilizing the painting, the choice of Hercules as the motive. In the painting, the choice of Hercules, the painter used the heroic and mythic character as the main character for his artwork. However, for Garrick Between Tragedy and Comedy, Reynolds didn't draw the portrait of David Garrick as the idealized and virtuous hero like Hercules. Garrick was drawn as a fallen man actually. In neoclassical style, the portrait of woman was described for revolutionary art as a major symbol to show the change of political circumstances. Female characters were usually painted as idealized characters. So that's why two female characters were drawn as the muse of tragedy and the comedy. Because of this kind of characteristic, Joshua Reynolds' painting, Garrick Between Tragedy and Comedy, definitely deserves to be defined as the progressive and revolutionary artwork that expressed the gender equality in the late 17th century.